Good evening, everybody. It's an honor. My name is Bob Bell, and I've been asked by Don Carson, my sponsor, to host our Wednesday night training call. I am honored to do that and very grateful for the opportunity that's been put in front of me by Don Carson that was started by Dave and Joyce Jordan almost 3 years ago, coming up this summer. It's an honor to do this, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of my experience and excitement about this company and where I see some great things to do to move your business along. A lot of you don't know me already. Maybe a quick overview of who I am. Bob and Barbara Bell, we broke diamond last June. Very excited about the business. My background is business management. Graduated and happened upon a great trend in an industry called desktop publishing. And I've kind of gotten to a point in my life where I really appreciate trends, and I feel like I've been given a gift of understanding and picking up on trends in the beginning phases, similar to the desktop publishing. It actually took us 2 to 3 years, my brother and best friend out in Denver, Colorado, to convince the Yellow Pages that desktop publishing was a business category. And I was so excited when I first heard the term functional beverages, when I first moved Canada to meet Dave and Joyce Jordan and some of the early leadership of the company, and I heard the term functional beverages. It just rung out so true to me. It hit me right between the eyes, and I go, oh my gosh, this is going to be another industry category. We have our soft drinks, we have our fruit juices, milk, alcoholic beverages, but there's not a terminology for beverages that are more functional or actually add value to the water they're going into. So I was so excited to align myself with this company. My wife Barbara was, like myself, a little skeptical. 20 years ago, we had gotten involved in a company that marketed security electronics and did quite well with that, and that's where I actually met Don Carson some 20 years ago, and we both connected really well and did business together and enjoyed the company, but of each other. Unfortunately, the company didn't serve us well in the end and ended up having to close down, and so we both went our own ways. But I had tremendous respect for Don and his personality, just his philosophy of life, and his hard work ethic. And so he invited us up, and I decided to take the trip up there, and my wife said to me, well, Bob, this is great. We have a lot of respect for Don. Why don't you go up there and find out how we can do this business without talking to any friends or family? And I said, deal. So I went up there, and, well, I got so excited. It was like the feeling you get Christmas morning. You just kind of sense there's going to be something great right around the corner. And that's the way I felt. And so on my way home, I was flying back through Denver, Colorado, and ended up calling my best friend there and says, meet me at the airport. We've got to talk. And he did. And he immediately saw what I saw. We got started, and then it just went from there. I was so excited. My sister Debbie called me, said, what's going on? What's going on? And she got involved. I went to see my eye doctor. He said, why are you so excited? And I said, well, I just got back from Canada, a brand new company. I'm very excited. He joined the company. So a lot of my success in the beginning was, as they say in the industry, ignorance on fire. I was just so excited about what we had ahead of us. People just sense that energy and that excitement, and people are drawn to that. And so I want to encourage everybody to be able to get to a point where they feel so good and so strong about what our leadership has put together that they have that energy about them. And I just want to really give hats off to Don's last call Sunday morning. The man told it just the way it is and how to get started, and I want to build on that. So if you haven't heard that training last Sunday, I highly recommend you go and download it and use that every time you get somebody started, to have them listen to it. Because getting started right is so important. And if you go through that, he goes through all the basics of where you get started. So I thought what I'd focus the training on tonight is going to the next step, which is really developing your approach and your story to begin to talk to people and find customers or get referrals and develop that psyche about you that you're just out sharing with people. We're not selling, we're sharing. And the best way to do that is to first get on the products and start building your own story around the products. But if you want to start fast, the best thing to do is utilize other people's stories. Because I've heard people all my life in this industry say basically we're paid storytellers. And that really didn't hit true to me very much, because I was like, well, I've never been a real storyteller. I'm more of A to Z person. I leave out all the elemental P's. And so that was a little foreign to me, but then I started observing all the people that were making and having a lot of success with the industry, that they were personally just telling their story. And so until you can develop your own story about why you got involved or what you find valuable here, utilize the stories of your upline. And we have tremendous resources for that in our back office under success stories. I highly recommend everybody go in there and read all the stories of all the leaders to help develop your parameters for developing your stories as the products begin to take effect on your body and the wellness of your situation. And another thing is the bestweightlosscoffee.com. The pictures in there, the before and after pictures, every time I've shown people those pictures, they are just very impressed with, are these for real? And in my situation, I've been fortunate enough to meet quite a few of the people that are in those pictures, and so I can personally say that I know some of these people, and these people are for real, are for real, and these products are actually doing exactly what we say they're supposed to do and having tremendous results. So people need that validation to see other people having success, because not everybody is going to jump out of the gate and be able to build the confidence of people right away. So you utilize the stories of your upline using three-way calls and using the testimonials from the websites and using the before and after pictures from bestweightlosscoffee.com. So as an entrepreneur, the way that you leverage yourself is through people. And the Valentis business is a perfect model for leveraging yourself through people. So what I've been able to do is just go out with samples, go out with my business cards and my smartphone, because our apps and all the web pages available are so powerful that I just get into a situation where I get in front of people and try to build rapport with them and sit down and talk to them. Sometimes I just strike up a conversation, a casual, comfortable conversation, and then as the conversation builds, usually people are going to say something that'll trigger you to be able to open the door for them, whether it's through the product or through a way to leverage themselves and develop a plan B. Because we all know, as Don explained in the call on Sunday, that the world has changed. And we at Valentis have found a better way. And how Don puts it is that we have found a better way, hugging the world a better way. And I look at that as part of a lifestyle. And I've had a lot of people tell me that the reason that they were attracted to get into this business is because they saw people that had a lifestyle and an attitude about life that attracted them. So I think it's really important for you as a Valentis rep to remember what attracted you. What sparks you to have that feeling of excitement and the feeling of opportunity that, like somebody said the other week, that you, I think it was Corey Johnson, said, the attitude of, you just discovered a diamond mine that has so many diamonds that there's no way you can get them all out. So you got to run and quickly find some other people to help you do that mining for you. And so by developing that confidence and that belief level, you can go out and start to share with people. And the ways that I do that is join meetup groups. I've gone to different industry shows or different places where people are gathering, wellness conferences, things like that. And sometimes you don't even need to set up a booth or a table. You can just be in that area collecting business cards, developing some rapport with people, and then you can follow up with them with the power of the web pages, the different conference calls, and all the tools that the company has made available. So for me, the beginning phase comes in finding customers for the products. I think that's the easiest thing to do. You're simply showing people a way that they can improve their life by simply consuming 4 functional beverages, and currently now we have the amazing Prevail Max that you just squirt in your mouth, activates your blood cells, and allows your body to work much better. So that's the way I first go about it, and you first get your customers, and then as you get more comfortable with the products, comfortable with the company, comfortable telling the leadership story of Dave and Joyce Jordan and the history of the company, the amazing track record we have, you start to begin to get the belief level and the ability to find your 4 business builders. And that's going to be what creates your largest bang for the buck, I guess, is when you get to the point where you can talk to people about the business opportunity. It's much simpler to start with the product for most people and keep it simple, and then as you become more comfortable, you can start sharing the business opportunity. And of course, most of us, when we get started, we don't have the income right away. And people ask, well, how much money are you making? And you say, well, I've just gotten started, and most of the businesses I've started in my life take at least a year or 2 to develop some income and profit. So what we can do in this business is utilize the people like Don Carson, like the Randall McDonalds, and the Barry Hugheses and Corey Johnsons, and all these great leaders that are making this serious money. And so they're available for us on 3-way calls. So you simply set up a business lunch or a business conference with business people or people you feel have a lot of talent and could really sink their teeth into this opportunity, and get together with them, build the rapport, and then introduce them to your business partner. And the power of the 3-way call is talked about so much that I hope that you're all utilizing those and getting the results that I'm finding. And the other tool we have is the Ditto Talk. Ditto Talk is an amazing tool that actually utilizes 3-way calls within the technology. And if you haven't utilized Ditto Talk, please get on that Ditto Talk system and try it out, and I think you'll find it's well worth the investment to be able to talk to people very professionally. And then that kind of leads me into the next thing that I've found has helped me is just the way you carry yourself. You have to, as Don said, treat it like a business. You need to have a quality business card. You need to have the proper posture. You need to dress for success. You need to know the tools and be able to direct people and answer the questions that come up as best you can, but it's not absolute certainty. That's always a good way to plug into your upline when somebody asks you a question and you say, well, I'm not sure I know the answer to that question, so please let me get my business partner on the line. And don't give them the opportunity to say no, just go ahead and do it, because that's the way we run our business. So it's just so exciting to be part of a company that's moving so quickly and doing so many great things and have so many people that are having successes that you can begin to get to know these people and connect the personality with your prospect. So if you have somebody that's an electrician or somebody that's been in the trades, Corey Johnson might be a great person. If you have somebody that's a strong entrepreneur or a business owner, a Don Carson or myself might be a better option. And there's all kinds of people in the business that all work together, which make it an extremely wonderful culture and climate. And that kind of brings me into the last area of promoting the business and talking to people. It's about our lifestyle. And I was thinking the other day about the system that's in place now where you work so hard all your life and get to retire at 65, and you look around and what's your life look like? Well, you have a nice home probably, you have a lot of nice things. Hopefully you have a spouse or somebody that cares about you that you're with. Maybe the kids are in the area, but they've probably moved on and in different parts of the world. And you kind of go, well, what am I going to do now? I have all this time and I have some resources, but what am I going to do? Well, what I'm so excited about this business in the industry of network marketing is as you build your business, you're also building a culture of other like-minded people that are positive and want to do good things in this world, and your network of connections and people have grown really strong, and there's these people that become lifetime friends. Whereas most people I found in the business world, while you're in business together, yeah, it's great, you're doing things, but once the business is over, you move on. Similar to some of the school friends you have, you don't really able to stay in touch because you're both in different directions, you're doing different things. So the idea of this industry that you're able to build a team and be part of a team that cares about you and helping each other, I believe is the way that this, as human beings, we're supposed to live. We're very social creatures. So to me, talking to people about having a plan B and supplementing their income plus creating an environment that allows them to have fun and enjoy the company of amazing people is a big sell point to me, and I think to a lot of other people. So I don't think we should underestimate the power of these lifestyle programs we have currently, the active lifestyle with the energy and the new Prevail Max, and of course our 12 and 24 lifestyle, no gym, no problem, drink 3 beverages, lose weight, have fun. So I think that's something that people can gravitate and are gravitating to, because people are looking for positive things in this world that sometimes can beat them up and make them not feel so good. So it's nice to have these tools that we can plug into, like these calls, like our conferences, like our training on 12 and 24.life, that you can recharge your battery and get yourself into the right frame of mind, because unfortunately there's a lot of distractions and a lot of negativity that we come in contact every day that can knock you off your game or discourage you and start that stinking thinking. So as I've been taught, you need to get good stuff in your brain to help you process through some of the negative self-talk that is inherent in our psyche that we have to fight on a daily basis sometimes. Sometimes it only creeps in once a week or once a month, but it's something that everybody, I think, has to work through on their own. But I suggest all the positive reinforcement tools and, of course, some of the great personal development books that are out there that are in the back office and they're talked about a lot. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is the process. Okay, once you have a prospect in hand, what are you going to do? Well, I always try to use the pre-enrolled Take the Tour site. When I give a prospect a sample or I have talked to them a little bit, I use the term, well, would you mind if I have the company send you an email with a website link that lets you read all about the products and the company? And most of the time people are willing to give their name and email address and sometimes the number, but you don't have to have the number. Ideally, it's great to get the number, and you put them in the pre-enrolled system. And I highly recommend everybody that's a representative to go in and do that for themselves. Like just put somebody's name that you know and maybe a second email address that you have and a phone number and maybe a second phone number or something, and put it in the system and see what the company sends back. Because it's pretty strong how the company slowly drips on the people for you. So the company can do the heavy lifting for you, like the Ditto Talk does, like the conference calls does, like the conferences do. They do the heavy lifting. You just need to put people in front of these amazing tools, and you will have an ability to move them along in the system. And then once they're pre-enrolled, you want to try to contact them and encourage them to upgrade. And then once they've upgraded, that's when your work begins. And going through the Getting Started training from Sunday, walk them through everything that Don talked about, the 12 and 24.life, and all the great training tools out there. Help them get their business cards. And you want to really stick with them really close when you first get them started, because there's so many questions they have, and there's so much excitement, and then sometimes they go up and down. I'm really excited. Oh, no, I talked to somebody, and they said I was crazy. Why would you ever get involved in something like that? And so it can be difficult for the person first getting started. So it's really important that you stay right with them, you encourage them, you start building your relationship with them, and be their mentor and have the business partner mentality that you're in it for the long haul, and you're going to take care of them, and they're going to work hard, and you're going to work hard and roll up your sleeves as they roll up their sleeves. And start developing that relationship and plug them into all the different support systems and help them fully understand all the ins and outs of the business. The next thing I have on my list to talk about is teaching the duplication and developing the trust and belief system. There's nothing more important than the personal belief system. And the best way to develop a belief system is to help your new distributor get their first distributor and start having some success. And talk to them about their $4.99 investment and their $150 a month, and talk to them about, okay, in 4 months, you're going to spend $1,000. Well, if we get busy in your first 2 or 3 weeks, we can make that back if you get real busy and real serious. If you put your list together, work with me with your list, and try to get in front of as many people. But realistically, if you even give it 4 months to find 4 or 5 people that start taking this business seriously, you can actually make your money back within, a month, 3 months, 6 months. So that's a powerful thing for most people that have done investing before in their lives. If you were going to invest $1,000 in the bank today, how long is it going to take to turn that $1,000 into $2,000? Well, that's a big challenge. And a lot of people are paid big money to try to figure that out in the stock market or with bonds or investing in other businesses. It's pretty darn risky sometimes. But with this, you can assure people that it's very possible to make your complete investment back before the end of 6 months. And talk to them about the other people that you know that have done that and share your story. For my case, I got started, and in my first 2 weeks, I already made my initial investment back, and it was very exciting. So that's the type of excitement that starts to build their belief system, let alone if they have somebody that starts losing weight right away. And sometimes it's a little easier for the men than the women. I understand that, and I think our new breakthrough product is certainly going to help on that area, and also the coffee that's coming out the 25th, which we're very excited because I understand it has another ingredient in it that helps with the women's menopause and some of the hormonal activities that go on. So with that, I'd like to maybe review a little bit. I think it's so important that we hug the world in a better way. Let people know that we found something that has you so excited that you feel like it's Christmas Eve and you just can't wait for the next day to share with the next person. And that you're talking about the culture and the lifestyle, and that times have changed, the trends in our industry, the trends in shopping. Fewer and more people are shopping online. And the idea of a home-based business, the industry of network marketing has become self-evident, and all the different trends that point the direction to Valentis. And then the active lifestyle, that there's much more to it than just the money, that it's your own personal health and your own personal happiness and the ability to connect and bond with positive people that are making a difference in the world. And that's, to me, one of the most rewarding parts of this business. Because of my background, 15 years prior, I was working with a Boys and Girls Club and really enjoyed the idea of helping mentor teams and helping them become entrepreneurial. And I think we are in a time where you have to take charge of your own life, find things. People want to buy products from people rather than from the big corporation that they know that they don't care about them. They just want their money. So I think there's so many things that excite me about the trends. So everybody's got their own trends and their own ideas, how they pursue to their career or what they've seen happen in the world over the last 10 years, 15 years, and help reassure people that this is something that is right on trend. I appreciate everybody's time tonight. I hope you've heard some things that help you with your business, and I look forward to meeting you in person down the road. I hope everybody's striving for the Emerald Summit in Palm Beach Gardens. Barb and I are very excited about that and looking forward to connecting with all the leadership and helping to move this company forward. So with that, thank you all very much and look forward to seeing you around and keep on sharing. Take care. Bye from Asheville, North Carolina.